take us to tour this convention. Right now, we are at the main venue, and this is the entrance hall, and this is the starting installation, and it's an embodiment of our theme, which is innovation-driven and digitally empowered. So this is naked eye 3D, and you can they demonstrate this 10 new emerging industries, and on the side, the screens are displaying these 10 new industries. So before the live stream, I took a small stroll, and I found that this curation of this exhibition is quite, that has a feeling of high technology and advanced. For example, this is 3D 3D display, and at the center is the emblem, is the logo of our convention. So this year we focus mainly on the industrial development, especially emerging industries. We can take a look here. This is the automobile section, and this is driverless cars and smart cars and internet connected cars, and that part is for domestic applications and facilities. So we mainly have 10 new industries this year, and we have mentioned that these are emerging industries, including the automobiles and home appliances. This is high-end equipment, 3D printing, and some high-caliber parts. And these are printed out by 3D printers. So this is made of metal, and this is some of the daily utensils. And this is artificial knobs, which can be used as a replacement to the joints of human. So you can basically print anything out. You do this modeling first, and then you can print out the actual object. And they can be made from different materials. For example, you can print out metal parts, and you can also print out some medical materials that is made of resin. What is this? Looks like a telephone booth. What's this for? This is a calligraphy robot. So can you show me? So this robot is able to track the handwriting, the brushes. Let's see how this works. So it will be learning calligraphy from humans, and then it can learn the strokes. So if a famous calligraphy is teaching it, it will be more proficient. And this can also be applied in other manufacturing industries, especially labor-intensive industries, and can replace humans to make this process more automated. So I I actually am the teacher of this machine. So anybody can teach it to do that. Yes. So through programming and calculation, we can teach it how to remember the traces. So is it a robotic arm? Well, we normally would call it the spider arm, and also known as Delta robot. So this is double layer Delta robot. So for a normal Delta robot, it will move from one point to another, and for this, it can move in a more comprehensive way. Can I try it? Sure. Let's see how this works and how quick it can learn. So what kind of application does this have? Well, for example, in factories, it can replace some manual work, and also it can be used in education industry. Is it difficult to teach it? Yes, a bit. You must be familiarized with how it works. You can give it a try. I think it would take some practices. This is the first generation of robot, and we are now at generation 4. I have to apologize for my poor handwriting. I think it's a bit difficult to operate. I just taught the robot to write, and let's see if it's able to imitate my handwriting. It will take about 2 minutes for it to pre-process this information and the data. So this is generation 1. And right now, we are mass producing generation 4. So what are the areas of application? Well, mainly in some of the manufacturing industries where this glue is demanded, and it will replace humans in applying the glues on the parts, because some of the industrial glues are poisonous and hazardous to the laborers. So if we can use machine to replace human beings, we can reduce the exposure to dangerous and poisonous environment. Okay, now it has memorized my strokes, and let's see if it can replicate. Well, let's take a look. Seems about right. It is actually very precise, and the precision, the deviation can be controlled within about 0.5 millimeters. Well, I see great potential in this robot. It is very quick in terms of learning. Let's do a comparison and contrast of these two versions of calligraphy. Exactly the same. So in some industries where glue application is demanded, we can use this technology, and it's very proficient, very precise. And because applying glue is much more like doing calligraphy, and both have high demand for precision. Well, as this gentleman mentioned, this is called the spider hand, and it can mimic my strokes in calligraphy, and the deviation is quite low, so very high precision. Very high precision. So that is a high-end equipment manufacturing. Is this a highlight of our convention? Yes, I believe that this is one of the highlights of this year's convention. And this section is about digital creation, and there are a lot of products that are close to people's lives. These are daily utensils. And if you want to visit the convention yourselves, you can register online before coming here, but make sure that you check out the COVID-19 prevention policies, and you need to provide your nucleic acid test before coming here. So can help me to virtually change my clothes. There are a lot of interactive games and stalls this year. Yes, we do. It's highly interactive. So when curating this exhibition, we need to have a highlight such as industrial development. That's the highlight of this year's convention. So we have 10 major emerging industries, and we have set up altogether 13 sub-exhibition. And this is another key point, or keyword is cooperation. So the previous zones that we visit focuses on industry, and in this part, this is about collaboration. And this is the zone specialized in the integration of the Yangtze Delta. So this is the third year for the WMC to be held here. And there are more than 400 enterprises that participate in this convention to showcase their latest products and technologies. So in the Yangtze River Delta, there are 3 provinces and 1 city. And this section is dedicated to that kind of cooperation. It involves the cooperation of an industrial chain. Take this, for example. This is biological engineering led by Jiangsu province. So this is industrial alliance. Most of the leading enterprises are from Jiangsu province. And it has a lot to do with health industry and bio industry and pharmaceutical industry. So what's this for? And this is the smart lifelike hands. And this is mainly used for those who has to use artificial limb. And it can be used as a prosthesis. For those patients who have undergone amputation. You can make some movements and can control through your brain. You can grasp and the fingers can move, and it is installed with sensors. And can also feel whether the object you're grasping is hard or soft. And its biggest feature is that the user or the patient can become more proficient in terms of controlling this artificial limb or prosthesis in this process through machine learning mechanism. So this is only for display, can only do some simple movement. The actual products is more proficient. So can you do something for it to mimic? Well, it takes some time to adjust, so but I can show you some videos if you like. Well, what is the most precise thing that it can do? It can play a piano. And as you can see, this is one of the patients who used this prosthesis to play the piano with the famous pianist Lang Lang. It can also write and help you to drive. So we know that piano playing would demand very precise usage of the limb and fingers. It has already been mass-produced and totally invented and manufactured domestically, and even more useful than the imported products. So there are more than 60 enterprises that come from the Yangtze River Delta. And altogether, as I mentioned, there are 400 enterprises, so about 20% of them come from the Yangtze River Delta. This is G60 Innovation Corridor, and this for demonstration. So the G60 will construct this magnetic, this kind of maglev corridor that connects 9 cities in the Yangtze River Delta region. So we have already taken a look at some of the highlights of this year's convention. They are very advanced in terms of the technology, state-of-the-art technology, and also they showcase cooperation. So what are the other highlights? Well, we hope that through this convention, the exhibitors can also use this opportunity to talk with each other and seek new rounds for development. Well, this part is the AI exhibition. We say this is iFlyTech, which is a leading company in terms of AI technology. It has this voice lab. So can you tell us what the voice lab is for? Well, iFlyTech actually has brought a lot of products for this, and they can be used in multiple industries, including the manufacture industry and others. And we can use this technology that is called voice recognizing to be the judge to evaluate your Mandarin capabilities or level. You can choose a passage. You can choose a passage that you like. And I have to remind you that this is not a perfect environment because it's quite noisy, but you can have a try and see how good is your Mandarin.
好，我现在开始说。其实幸福和世界万物一样，有它的征兆。幸福常常是朦胧的。
So now I'm going to read this paragraph to see if it can give me a fair and just evaluation.
那样它会很快的流失。你需要静静的以平和之心体验它的真谛。啊，这样就可以了，是吧？对。
Okay, that should do it. And through this voice recognition system, it can give you a score. I don't think it's successfully recorded. Probably the environment is too noisy. It's not an ideal environment for voice recording. Let me try this again. Why don't we change into a shorter text? Well, let's change another test, and it will help you to test to evaluate the texture of your voice. Well, this is a shorter paragraph, so why don't we try? Well, I think the evaluation result is delayed due to this lag of the internet inside this exhibition. Why don't we try this later? So what are the other products that you have here? Now let's take a look at some of the industrial application. We have a small application. This is called the audio imaging machine. It can be used in industrial testing and debugging. In the past, we have to rely on the experiences of the workers, but now this is more automated. It has 64 microphone arrays to detect the voice or detect the functions through these voices. You can take pictures with it, and you can also record the voice. So can we have a try? As you can see, this is ultrasound because ultrasound is inaudible to the ear, but the image can show up on the screen. I cannot hear anything because the frequency of ultrasound cannot be heard. But as you can see, the image can show up on the screen, showing that this is using ultrasound, and can also be used to check the air tightness and insulation condition of industrial environment. And it can detect this kind of voices as far as 400 meters. Well, you do have a lot of products here. I think a lot of the visitors are quite interested in your products because they look very intriguing. And you also have translation machine and recorders. AI is substantially changing our lives. This is iFly Tech voice. This is called iFly Go, a robot, and this is a machine that can play Go. And we can see that one of the visitors is trying to play chess, to play Go with it. Well, this is a very proficient chess player, and it is also very creative, quite different from the traditional ways of playing Go of human beings. It can help professional players to expand their mindset. It can also be used for Go teaching. So do we install this kind of steps of playing Go in it? Well, we actually construct this imaging on the screen, and there are a lot of auxiliary information on it, and can help the computers to judge the situation. So in the future, if you want to play Go, you don't need an actual human being to be there. You can play with the computer, and also if you have once played Go with a friend, this machine can help you to remember the style and how your friend has been playing, and he can also mimic the way your friend plays. Well, this seems to be quite a popular experience for our viewers, because we have a lot of audience gathered here. So we have a lot more exhibitions, in today's convention, and my colleague is touring other part of this convention. Let's see if we have more interesting exhibition for you to see. Okay, good afternoon, dear viewers. And now we will continue our journey in this convention. I was actually a bit nervous when my colleague handed over the mic to me because there are so many things, interesting things, intriguing things that I'd like to show you. And right now we are transforming from made in China to smart manufacture in China. And here you can see, and this is a skiing machine as the Beijing Winter Olympic Games drawing near. This kind of winter sport has become more and more popular among the general public. And this is something you can actually use at home to have a bit of snowy the skiing experience. Let's try at let's give it a try. Can I wear the glasses? Okay.
我现在就可以直接滑动了，是吧？对，您先感受一下啊，防止这个，因为它这个真实的滑雪场景啊，它是会晃动的。对。
You can try it.
好，您可以滑动了。对。通过我现在的一个眼镜里面，可以看到我现在已经在雪地里面进行滑雪了。
And actually, through the help of the VR glasses, I'm now actually skiing. Well, I bumped into a tree. Obviously, not a very proficient skier.
其实可以看到，我刚才其实我是一个不太正确的一个示范哈，滑了没有多远就已经撞上了树。
So I bumped into a tree, seconds after I started this process. Sorry about that. But my point is that with the 5 technology and AI became a more important part to our lives, you can see application like this everywhere in our lives.
它其实没有像
You can also see the application of industrial internet as well as 5G in our
我们
lives.
现在看到一个内老的一个企业，那这个企业呢，它就是研发的设备可以在一些电力方面进行一个很明显的一个应用。就在昨天，
let's take a look at this fact-faction.
公布了5G 加互联网的一个10大应用案例。 那其中就有一个
I
关于
think
这样一个电力相关的应用。
this is an application of this application of this. This is a drone, and this drone is installed with cameras and also equipped with AI computerization, as well as algorithm in it to help with the surveillance of lands. That's the eye, and this is actually the nose. It can smell, and this will be ears. It can accumulate audio signals. It will help the grid maintaining workers to identify defects and malfunctions quicker, and can also better ensure the safety of the workers. So before the application of such technologies, when the worker is trying to find this malfunction part, will have to climb up to these facilities. But right now, you don't have to do that. Well, this is another product called the AI electricity or grid doctor. So it's like your general practitioners at the community clinics, that they can give you this very well-rounded diagnosis quickly through AI technology. This is one of the cases that we participated in, and this actually helped with the disaster relief process. When natural disasters occur, and can be applied to quickly find defects in the grid. So for the first time in the 2021 WMC, we have established this special zone for internet security, and my colleague have introduced part of it to you, and we have seen this some applications. And in this part, we also have similar products and application. This can help us to facilitate home office working on the cloud. So how do we use this platform? Well, first we need to log in through this terminal, and there will be a user interface, and it can actually remote control your computer. So when log in, we can find that this is a user interface, and you have 4 computers. You can have access to your computers. Let's pick one, and now we are connected to it. And now you can remote control it. You can actually use your computer in another location. You can just choose it by clicking. It's very simple. So this is a cloud tabletop. For example, you can operate your office computer from your home. What are the applications? Well, in a lot of offices or companies, sometimes the staff members have to work from home, and this will give them better access to their materials, to their data in the office, because you can now have access to the internet of your company and application of your company. This is the application for industrial internet. This is called the digital factory. It can help the enterprises to improve their quality of their products and reduce the loss, which can also help the manufacturer to generate more profit. We have this managerial platform, control system, all are put into one platform to help with the digitalization of the manufacturers. So it can greatly improve the manufacturer quality. Actually, the province of Hefei is known for its very highly developed manufacturing industry. For example, this integrated circuit. So in the past 5 years, robotic industry in Anhui is also up by about 5% annually. And the smart and manufacturing industry ranked number 6 in the country. Also, in terms of display, we also have a very full-fledged industrial chain here in Anhui, and there are industrial clusters in the province. Also, this is one of the biggest manufacturers of laptops. 1 out of every 8 computers manufactured in the world is from Hefei. Right now, we can take a look at some of the laptops in this section. These are some of the newest, some latest prototype. So out of every 8 laptops, 1 is manufactured here in Hefei.
随着工业互联网、5G 技术的应用，还有很多这种
So
智慧的
with the implication of 5G,
包括我们
we
现在大屏幕
also
上显示
have
的。
created
不
this
仅如此，那看
long
我们现在这个
distance
展区的现场还有
working
一些这个
work from home
相关的这个机器
applications.
人。那么机器人，这是一个
We also
来
have
找我
some
们的
robots.
这个机器人可以演示一下吗？
So can you give us a demonstration of this? What's this for? Well, this is a robot that is used in the manufacture of a jumbo jet and is used to manufacture parts in an airplane.
他可能还没有准备好。我们的机器可能有一些调皮，他现在生气了。
开机一下，稍等。
它其实它的运用范围是在哪？
Well, we need to turn it on first before using it. We're hoping to conduct this kind of coordinates between human and robots.
大飞机制造上面的一个零部件的喷涂作业。
它其实是一个喷漆机器人。
对。
So this machine, this robot is used for spraying paint on an airplane.
在启动中，它这个开机比较慢。
目前还在
刚才
启动。
是没有电了。
它其实
It is in its boosting process.
睡觉睡醒。
刚才是没有电了，我得给它充个电。
它这种机器，它是我看它这个轮子是很有特点的。
这个轮子叫做麦克塔姆轮，它的优点就在于它可以实现。
As you can see, the wheels are specially designed. It can turn
你要想要带着它引导它走。
360 degrees at the same location. So it's very easy to operate.
我们的工作人员现在正在给我们调试。其实我们刚才看的时候，这个机器人它其实运转的非常良好。它可能现在今天看的人太多，然后它今天已经没有
We
电了。
actually visited this place and it works perfectly fine. And probably now it is power off because it is used charged battery.
好，可以，没关系，没关系。那我们其实可以留一些悬念啊，就是这样的一个。
Well, that's okay if we cannot see the display right now. Probably we can leave a suspense. This robot can be used in a lot of
那今天以后我们
locations.
其实可以再关注一下这样的一个机器人，其实这都是我们国产的一个进步的一个标志。那其实啊，这样是一个
We can take a look
世
at
界
a lot of
制造大会啊
robots, and they are the embodiment for the advancement of our domestic technologies, and we only have the time to visit a few of them. There are a lot of products and this so-called black technologies, but most of the products that is displayed here are made in China, designed in China, and smartly manufactured here in China, and we can see this very bright future in Chinese manufacture industry. And dear viewers, that's all for today's live stream.